Hi, I'm Rob Parker and I'm your independent candidate for the forthcoming state election on the 26th of March. I'd like to talk to you today about restoring and protecting our local communities. Here in the electorate of Goulburn, we have some of Australia's oldest and most historic areas of European settlement. And we see within these areas communities sometimes ripped apart by inappropriate development which does not recognise the traditional heritage of the area. So I'd like to see a greater sensitivity achieved in getting the right balance between modern development and looking after the ties that bind our existing communities together. I'd like to see more care taken with examples such as the Highlands Marketplace development in Mittagong, where the traditional Mittagong area is now struggling with the pressure put upon it by the Highlands Marketplace development. But apart from these changes to our built environment, I'd like to see other issues addressed which really can destroy the bonds of our local communities. One is unemployment. We've seen in the area of Braemar and down in Goulburn the decimation of our rail fabrication areas. It was with great sadness last year, for example, that we saw out at Bradkin and Braemar all of those jobs lost to China. And if I was elected as your independent candidate for this forthcoming election, I would move heaven on earth to get those rail jobs brought back to Bradkin and brought back to Goulburn. I'm also concerned about the increasing imposition on our regional areas of the industrialising of our landscape with wind turbines. If these turbines worked, if they produced the energy that's required and they provided a net social good, then one could possibly see the argument. But unfortunately they don't produce that good, and unfortunately at present they seem to be an economic experiment where farmers are actually subjected to a poor outcome and have to live with them. So I'd like to see us take greater care in the development of wind farms and ensure they have proper outcomes. And then finally, at a more modest level, we have this awful imposition on small community groups of public liability insurance, which can snuff out a little burgeoning group. Just as it gets a good idea, they've got to stump up with $800 or $1,000 worth of public liability insurance just to get access to our public facilities. We've got to do something about this because it is really preventing our spontaneous community interaction. There's some policies I've outlined for restoring and maintaining our communities. So remember, on the 26th of March, vote 1, Rob Parker, your independent candidate.